So Joey, apologies if I got this wrong. I've been traveling, but were you in close proximity with, was Aaron Judge one of the guys that tested positive? And what do you know about all of that?
Yeah, no, I haven't honestly really haven't heard too much. I guess he did test positive, but we did our testing from the All-Star break, and we did testing today, and I think everybody came back negative. So we're good to go.
Okay. As far as this second half goes, I mean, I know that you probably hear things, or I don't know, maybe we're saying things that you're actively trying to not hear. But as far as trade rumors go, are you? I mean, is that something that takes up a lot of your thought process, or how are you blocking that out if you're blocking it out?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it takes up a lot of my thought process. I know it's there. I obviously understand that's a possibility that I could get traded. I try not to think about it. For me, I just, it's hard to see myself in a different uniform or in a different clubhouse. So I just try to go about my everyday business and try to help this team win and get to where we want to get. So I'm not, until I'm, like I said, until I'm told I'm playing for a different organization, then I'm a Texas Ranger, and that's just the way I think about it.
Right on. Thanks, man.
All right, Jeff.
I've got a pretty crummy internet connection here, but after the All-Star break, you're tan, rested, and ready. You're feeling good.
Yeah. No, I feel okay. I was able to get, I guess, one full off day in, so that's good. So we'll see how it goes. Woody's obviously awesome about getting me days, and he actually offered today if I wanted to take another day of rest to get more, and I told him I want to play, and so we'll see. But I feel good. I think it'll be All-Star break's always funny because it usually takes a second to kind of get back into the baseball shape of playing 9 innings again. But I feel fine, so I'm ready to go.
Hey, your buddy Nomar got DFA'd today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had to talk to him or what. Just what do you think about his situation right now?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a shock. I literally just found that out watching MLB Network. 30 minutes ago when I saw it on the bottom, and kind of took me back a little. I think for him, he's such a talented player, and sometimes baseball's a tough game, and it doesn't always work out in your favor. And for him, I think he's had some tough injuries too that he's kind of battled through and whatnot, and the shortened season. It's tough to judge people off that season as well. So, I really hope the best for him. I know he's super talented. He cares a lot, and he's going to be fine. But it's obviously, I'm sure it's tough that being DFA'd and having to find another team and whatnot. But he's such a passionate player, and he's so good. I think once he finds the right spot, he's gonna blossom.
All right, thanks, Joey.
Go to Steven.
Joey, as you just said, it takes a little bit to kind of get back into baseball after a couple of days off, and you were in such a good groove, and you say you feel good. How do you kind of pick up? I know I'm not talking about hitting home runs every time, but just how good you felt swinging the bat. I mean, how long do you think that takes, 30? Can you just pick that back up, you think?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I felt really good in the All-Star game too. So, I was able to see a lot of pitches. I actually ended up walking and stuff. So, that was a good sign for me. But yeah, I think sometimes it takes, a few games. Sometimes it takes one at bat. It just really depends. And, that's why I'm trying to do as much as I can to prepare for game time and whatnot, to see. But everybody's really in the same situation. Not many guys were taking live at bats all All-Star break. I doubt. So, we'll see how it goes. But that's part of the season. Is All-Star break's great because you get a break, but it's also tough because if you're in a groove, you might lose that, or you have to try to find a way to get back into that.
Overall, mentally in your game, how's this year? How's it kind of grown? And I mean, we've seen you advance in your bats. We've seen what you've done walking and hitting home runs. Mentally, how do you feel and how different do you feel from years past, having had the success of the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, the success has been obviously awesome. And like I said, I didn't really expect to be in an all-star game. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I guess maybe a month ago, I didn't have the numbers to be in an all-star game, and I felt like I was in the same exact spot mentally. I believed in myself. I believed in what I was doing, and I was confident, and I felt like, I was taking good at bats. Baseball's a funny game. Sometimes things really work out for you, and sometimes they just don't. And that's how I felt. And for me mentally, I just trying to stay in that same wavelength of, hey, if I go 0 for 10, that's okay. I still got tomorrow. I'm going to keep working. And if I go 10 for 10, same thing. Tomorrow it doesn't matter. You have to keep producing and keep playing hard. So that for me mentally, I've learned a lot just in terms of the everyday grind of a 162 game season. And I think that's what was tough about last year was I didn't have that long season to get ready and to put up a full season. So I guess I've learned a lot.
Thanks as always, man. Thanks.
All right, if we could go through these last ones as quick as we can to get to Woody, we'll go to Alex.
Joey, with the season you're having and you just absolutely unloading as far as walks go, do you seem it fitting that in the All-Star game you walked?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I remember I was like running down the first base line and I was like, damn, of course I would walk, in the All-Star game. Like, but you don't want to walk, but also like pitchers, they're still pitching. They don't, they're taking it serious as well. So, I was waiting for a pitch in the zone that I could do something with and just didn't get it. And I just mentally I couldn't swing. And, but it was cool. I wanted to get on base and the game was still kind of like close at that time where I actually just wanted to score a run because obviously you want the AL to keep winning. So I was just thinking about getting on base really and helping the team anyway.
Thanks, Joey.
Sarah.
So you talked about personally mentally shifting back to the second half. How about as a team right now? I know that clicking back into that second half mentality, what is the vibe and what's the mindset for all you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing where, we're just going to keep continuing to grow and see where guys are at. Some guys had really good first halves. Some guys had, tough first halves. And, I think the baseball season's kind of broken into two different parts. It's like the first half and the second half. And then you are able to like put all that together. So I think for young guys that maybe struggled a little bit or are learning their way in the big leagues, they get to have a little break and kind of come back and see where they're at and see if they can improve on that. And guys who are playing well, just see if they have that, that mental strength to keep doing it for a 162 game season. But like I said, I think it's about developing and building and keep doing what we're doing so in the future we can be a playoff team and these games count for more than just hoorah or whatever. These are going to be playoff type atmosphere games. So I think just building towards that is what the goal is.
And then lastly, was there something that maybe stood out as a moment or someone you met or something that was different from the last time you were there from that All-Star week or for the game in the Derby?
Yeah, well, I mean, doing the Derby was a lot different compared to the first time. Obviously, I didn't have to do the Derby, so the first day is a lot more relaxed when you're not having to do the Derby. But it was a lot of fun, honestly. I wish I did better in the Derby, but I say that was obviously the biggest difference was being prepared for that and getting ready for that. It was like everything was just a build up to that, and it was like I said, it was a lot of fun. I wish I did better, but I just try to enjoy it a little bit more this time because the first time it's like so quick and you're just so hectic. This time I had a better idea of how things worked and I was able to kind of enjoy it more, get a little more things signed by players I wanted to get signed by. And, that I think that's the coolest part is just interacting with the other superstars and all-stars of the league.
Awesome. Thanks, Joey.
Jordan.
Hey, Joey, I wanted to ask about the Derby as well. Just your impression having done it now, things you liked about it, didn't like about it, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. I'm actually disappointed I wanted to do a lot better. I'm glad that I was able to, like get hot and close the, and get close there and make it a competition there. I thought honestly, I thought I could have tied it up and we would have went to extra time, but there's not much to not really like about it. I think it's, at the end of the day, it's a show. It's an event for the fans. And, I think it is a little bit tougher in Colorado, just altitude wise and swing wise. I think that kind of took a toll on a lot of guys, but I mean, there's not much you can do about that. But it is a fun show, man. They do such a great job of hyping it up and making it this, this big event. And, I think maybe one day in the future, I have to try it again and try to redeem myself a little bit.
Okay, back to Levi.
Hey, when you were in AAA, did you ever play in this field?
No, this is I think the International League or something. So we were always on the Pacific Coast League. So I've never played here before. I've never been to the city at all, actually.
Gotcha. Do you have any first impressions of the park?
Well, we haven't really been able to be on the field yet. It's raining right now. So
right.
It's kind of, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get on the field and take BP or anything. So that's going to be a little different. But I think they've actually done a really good job. Like the tent we're in, where the food room is and everything, they've done really a lot of work on it, and it's made it pretty big league standard. So that's pretty cool to see that they were able to do that in that short amount of time. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going out and playing baseball, and whether you're in a AAA stadium or a big league stadium, it's just you kind of forget about that once the game starts.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
Last one, Jared.
Joey, was there a particular autograph you were most intent on getting, and was there a conversation you had or an introduction you had with a fellow All-Star that you were really glad you had the chance to talk to that player?
Yeah, a lot of them I've gotten to talk to before in previous All-Star game, and then just playing against them. I think Ohtani was probably the guy who I haven't talked to too much that I was excited to talk to, and throughout the home run derby was able to talk to. And I remember after my first round, he hit after me in the home run derby, and I came in and he kind of talked to me, hey, how was it? And I was like, it's tiring, man. It's, you gotta have to, pace yourself out. And then and he came back in and he was like looking at me like, yeah, it's really tiring, because you could tell it kind of wears you out a little bit. But so that was a cool interaction. But also I think I really want to get Ohtani to sign something for me too. He's such a special player, and he's such a big deal, and what he does is so cool, being able to pitch and hit. But I was able to get a bunch of stuff signed by the whole AL team. You kind of get to be able to lay some stuff out on the table, and all the guys sign it. So I'm pretty happy about the collection of stuff I was able to gather from that All-Star game.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks. We'll get Woody in here shortly.